Hey, Riley and Nick, thanks for hopping on. Been a long time coming. Would love for you guys if you could share who you guys are and what your brand is.
We are No Rivals. We are a collegiate headwear brand, branching out long-term in our roadmap into the space of high-level athleisure. But right now, we are changing the space in headwear.
Awesome. Yeah, and you guys have had a lot of success recently. Can you briefly describe kind of where you guys were before joining the program and kind of how the program kind of change your guys' strategy and execution?
Before joining into the program, we definitely understood the value of digital marketing and operating campaigns and the utilization of Meta as a tool to enhance the exposure of your business. But I think at a very low level, we understood how that was, and our operation was largely e-commerce driven. So prior to the program, we had very ambitious goals to hit a certain reach to an audience, hit a certain level of sales, and be able to assess the business from a performative evaluative standpoint like that. But I think we had a lot of good ideas with not a lot of direction. And since joining the program, I think it has answered a lot of the questions and shined a lot of light on where you need to be focusing on your business, especially in the world of e-commerce, to be effective.
Yeah, awesome. And then can you describe kind of revenue-wise, where were you guys at before joining to kind of where you guys are at now after joining the program?
Prior to joining the program, we were shooting for a couple thousand a week. We were still in that like $10,000 a month is pretty life-changing ballpark range. And now we are consistently doing well over six figures a month and growing exponentially. So since joining the program month to month, we've only seen growth.
What has been your guys' favorite part about working with me? I know I've kind of worked with Riley a little bit more in Slack, but would really love to kind of hear from you guys. Like, what's your favorite part about kind of being in the program and working one-on-one with me?
I think my favorite part is just collaborating, whether it's creative or, targeting demographics and stuff and just getting into the weeds of the ads themselves. I really enjoy that, if it's planning for certain schools or certain, launches and stuff, really collaborating on who we're going to target and how we're going to target them. It's super enjoyable.
Awesome. I mean, you guys have scaled quite a bit, since you started in the program, but would love to hear from you guys, like cast out 6 to 12 months. Now that you have, a solid Meta ads infrastructure in place, like where do you guys see the brand going in the next 6 to 12 months?
I think we are just now seeing the ability in the next 6 to 12 months to take on a lot of the big ambitious goals that we had when we started No Rivals. So not only are we very sustainable and highly functioning through our e-commerce channel, but now we're opening through a pretty large number of retail stores and boutiques around the US. We're going to be moving into our first warehouse. We're opening several big brand partnerships with other brands that are either, big players in the athleisure world or adjacent to it. And so we're getting the opportunity to really capitalize on what we wanted to do as business owners and also expand on the creative goals that we had from the beginning that I think a lot of business owners start with. But at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do unless you're making a good amount of money and you have the capital to do it. So we finally have the ability in the next 6 to 12 months to do that.
That's amazing. So literally the goal of this program is to help brand owners, founders achieve their dreams really and be able to kind of execute their vision for their brand. In the beginning might have not seemed possible. So that's so awesome that you guys are doing that. And if you guys had any piece of advice for anyone that's, on the fence about joining Meta ads at scale, what would you tell them?
From my answer standpoint, it's going to be seek out people that are in your profession or in a relatively comparable space. So for anybody that's considering this program being in e-commerce, seek people in groups that that are doing well, learn from them, pick their brains on that. And, I would say growth is only going to be achieved through several measurable moments of discomfort, and making this investment as a young business owner can be one of the larger initial investments that you make, but it is going to be one of the most necessary investments that you make to be sure that you have an idea of what you're doing as a business owner and you have the ability to scale. So I think this is certainly the quickest way that we've been able to see a return on investment for knowing where we needed to put our energy as business owners.
Awesome.
If you're on the fence, my biggest piece of advice is just do it. If you think you know about Meta ads and whatnot, trust me, you don't. There's a lot to learn, and Mason has definitely helped us through that. You can see it just from our growth alone. I was trying to do it on my own, thought I had a good handle on things, but I really didn't. So if you're sitting on the sidelines, just dive in. It's going to be worth your while.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you guys sharing your guys' story. You guys are going to have an amazing end of Q3 and Q4. So wishing you guys only the best and appreciate you guys taking the time to share this with everybody. Thanks.
Yeah, likewise. We appreciate it, Mason. You have a good one, man.
Take care.